Most people aren't actually looking for truth. They're looking and searching for a guarantee. They're looking for a pre-packaged set of rules that's telling them exactly who to love, how to think, who's going to heaven and who's going to hell. They're putting themselves in a cage. And as long as that cage is promising to keep them safe from the messiness of being a real human being, we've built a culture where millions of people are walking around and they're sacrificing this living reality, this pure human depth and unconditional love on the altar of an institutional dogma. They'll look a genuine, present, safe human being in the eyes, someone that's willing to build a life, hold them through the fire, and stand in total integrity, and they'll walk away. It's not because the love isn't real, though. It's because that person doesn't fit the checklist that's approved by their priest, their pastor, or their family's traditions. That's not faith. That's simply fear wearing a religious mask. And if your God is so small that he can only exist inside one specific building, under one specific label, or through one specific set of historical rules, and you aren't worshiping the divine, you're worshiping an institution. When you look at the mechanics of how this works, the ultimate reality, the life force, the consciousness, it's animating every single one of us. It's like a pure, uncolored light. And when that light hits the physical world, it passes through the filter of different human cultures, languages, and eras. One group sees red, another group sees green, and yet another sees blue. Dogma happens when you mistake that specific color for your filter for the light itself. And you're going to stand there screaming that your filter is the only truth, and that everyone standing under a different color is in absolute darkness. When you get stuck on this level, the rules, the labels, the external identity, you're missing the entire point. The mystical, the contemplative core of every major tradition on earth all point to the same exact floor. That we're not separate. And then that divine spark in me recognizes the divine spark in you. When you choose the rule book over that living connection, you're literally closing the outline of a meal over the actual food. Real spirituality isn't about how well you memorize scripture or how clean you keep your record for the gates of heaven. Inner stillness, self-realization, these aren't the ceiling. They're the absolute floor. This inner peace is just a fuel tank, and it only counts when it converts into how you show up in the dirt of daily life, how you treat the person sitting directly in front of you. Are you able to look at someone with total vulnerability, hold a clean baseline, and choose truth over control? When you meet someone who operates from that level of raw integrity, it will force a choice. You can either step out of your comfortable box, meet them in the wild expanse of real love, or you're going to run back to the safety of your dogma. A lot of people are choosing to run. And when they run, you have to let them go. Not with a bitterness, and not with an anger, yet with total clarity. You can't just shrink your awareness to fit inside someone else's comfort zone. You can't swallow a comfortable lie just to keep a temporary hit of closeness. And if you're watching this and you're sitting on the fence, trapped between a dogma that keeps you numb in a living reality that's calling you to wake up, this is your sign. This is your sign to step out of that cage. Stop settling for prepackaged answers. Stop sacrificing your capacity to love deeply just to keep an institution happy, or to avoid the judgment of people who are too terrified to face themselves.